will get a gold revaluation by market forces or by design by central banks because they need it to fix their balance sheets.
Central banks have awakened to the need for gold?
No, it's not waking up. They always knew in their toolbox they could use a gold revaluation, but they don't talk about that only when it's really needed, only when you reach the point that there's no other tool they can use to fix it.
Right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, I started off this video with Stansberry Research discussing the gold revaluation because all of you need to get your head out of the sand. Too much ostrich shit is happening in the XRP community recently. And what I'm here to spread light on is to show every single one of you that it's not just the XRP community that's going to be part of the new financial revolution. The gold community is going to play a massive role as well. Gold is the most trusted asset on the planet. It is God's money. And gold will be used to help reset the financial system when all this debt hits the fan. The United States is a third world country wearing a Gucci belt. And the reason I say that is because we give ourselves the illusion that we are the wealthiest country on the planet. No. We are the most indebted country on the planet. We are broke boys on the global stage. And the only reason we still have the power we do is because of the US military. But right now, we are heading into a pivot of a moment in regards to the global stage. We have XRP and gold coming to the forefront of world economics at the same time. And Anders Lundberg reminds all of us why XRP will be the most likely solution that the global government, central banks, and FIs use when shit hits the fan. XRP can guarantee exchange rate and manage consumer pools. In other words, they can make sure settlement with XRP is the cheapest option in a certain corridor by covering the difference. This is why it helps that Ripple is sitting on 50 billion XRP like Bob Way said. XRP will be incentivized to be used by Ripple. And ladies and gentlemen, Ripple, XRP, along with gold and the potential for tokenized gold are going to help restabilize the global financial system once a black swan-like event takes center stage. Never forget this, and never forget the November timeline I've given all of you with the updates they're doing with Swift and ISO 20022. And here, I'm gonna let them explain to all of you what this means for the future in the next couple months. Remember, these are updates that are being actively incentivized. And right here, right now, you have an opportunity to invest in what you believe will be a critical part of that. It is a guarantee that they're going to use this standard. They have to. And in my opinion, they're going to have to use XRP.
What exactly is ISO 20022? Well, it's a new global standard for financial messaging that is making waves in the industry. Basically, it helps financial institutions securely and efficiently exchange information with each other. It was created by the International Organization for Standardization, or ISO, an independent, non-governmental international group that sets international standards for things like quality and security management. If you ever sent a wire transfer, you maybe heard of another messaging standard called SWIFT. It's similar to 20022, but there are some key differences between the two, like the data format, level of detail, and security features. SWIFT uses its own format, while 20022 uses XML, which is more flexible and easier to integrate. Some central banks and financial regulators have already required the use of ISO 20022 for specific systems and applications. For example, the European Payments Council has set a deadline for 2025 for all SEPA payments to use 20022, while the Federal Reserve in the US is encouraging financial institutions to adopt it by 2023. So what does this mean for digital currencies? ISO 20022 has the potential to play a key role in the development and implementations of CBDCs, as it provides a flexible and standardized framework for financial messaging that ensures consistency and interoperability between systems. Adopting ISO 20022 could increase the use of cryptocurrencies that are compliant with it. Two cryptocurrencies that are members of the ISO 20022 standards body are Ripple's XRP and Stellar Lumens. Recognizing the value of ISO 20022 messaging and its potential to transform the financial industry, Stronghold has utilized this technology in conjunction with blockchain ledger payments in select projects. Messaging standards are crucial for enabling the efficient and secure exchange of financial information between different systems and technologies. They play a critical role in improving the overall performance and reliability of the financial services industry.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you get it now? ISO 20022 went live this March. They've been slowly but surely getting these institutions ready. They've been letting us know the timeline. If you've had the eyes to see and been willing to look at the documentation. They started in March. They're ramping up in November. And they're gradually going to keep mandating more and more of these institutions to start adopting. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not an accident. This is the synchronistic rollout of the new financial system with XRP, gold, ISO, and all these other updates working in unison. If you think any of these requirements by the Fed, by Europe, by the rest of the world is coincidental, then you haven't been paying attention. We are reaching a global climax where SWIFT, Brics, and other payment systems are going to be weaponized and working against each other. And out of the other side of that, the best will survive. Here, listen to this warning shot fired by Klaus Schwab, head of the World Economic Forum, about the Brics Alliance and their added strength. And what I'm here to stress is, out of the other side of whatever happens, we are going to see radical change.
It's really multipolar because you have the middle states like Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, and of course India, exercising great influence on global on the global situation. Saudi Arabia, thanks to its energy reserves. India, thanks to the fact that it is the fastest growing economy at the moment. Then you have, I would say, also the industrial powers. You could argue today that some of the companies like Google, Microsoft, and so on are truly multinational power factors. So it's a very complex world. And it's not a very stable world because we are now witnessing a kind of dynamic system which is constantly changing. And I should also add, by the way, to the power factors, small countries. I would argue that in the world of tomorrow, it's not the big fish eating the small fish, but the fast fish eating the slow fish. So you have countries like Singapore, like I would add Switzerland or Israel, playing also a essential role in the global system. We have to confront a very fragmented and I would say to a certain extent turbulent system, because those countries compete not only in economic terms, they compete having different values, having different systems. So the world is relatively full of complexities and certainly also uncertainties. Now, what we have to do in order to stick together is to look at those issues where we have really global interdependence, where if we do not cooperate, we will have a lose-lose situation.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that's the ominous Klaus Schwab letting you know about the lose-lose situation. Ladies and gentlemen, when we hear these demons speak, pay attention, because we get nuggets of information. The elites are arrogant, but we have a high level of attention span in the XRP community. You see, when he's over here talking about the fragmented system, we have always been aware of this, and we've been looking for the solution for a long time. And despite the fact that unfortunately the XRP community hasn't been able to truly profit from the problem we've pinpointed back in 2018, 19, 20, 21, I believe we will in the coming months into 2024. All it's about is patience. And all it's about is understanding why the global stage is set and alliances are being built for the next stage of the global reset. You see, when you hear Klaus Schwab mention the lose-lose situation, he's discussing the confrontation that will take place between the Western world, the US, North America, the EU, and the new Brics coalition. Remember, they added Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. And now, Brics has 20% of gold reserves, 30% of GDP, a massive amount of military, oil, energy, and currency reserves. These are hard assets. These are hard numbers. This is a powerhouse economy and a powerhouse economic alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, stay the course and pay attention to what's happening. The global powers are shifting from west to east. And the more you pay attention every single day, the more you'll be able to understand why. This is from Payments Infrastructure News, discussing how they keep getting questions about the prospects for Ripple to emerge as a serious competitor to SWIFT. We refer here to the older analysis of Ripple's involvement in ISO 20022. And we need to remember how long Ripple and XRP's takeover has been in the works. It's been a decade plus of planning, prepping, proof of concepts, and legal frameworks. And now, with XRP unshackled from this SEC lawsuit, you guys are really going to see what the XRP community has been holding strong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. Always remember the potential for gold revaluations to help in offsetting this global debt. Remember the ISO updates. Remember XRP's interoperability. Remember the Ripple CBDC platform. Remember that they have to use it. They're all going this way for a reason. And you guys get front row tickets to the greatest wealth transfer in history. As always, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.